Kai, welcome everyone to our latest Ring Around, the Garland Ring Around, as we find out what's happening in the wider world during lockdown. And while we're at the moment putting together our Africa issue, which will be out next week, the one directly after that will be our Indonesia issue, which we're very much looking forward to. So it seemed important to drop in on a good friend, a colleague of mine at the World Craft Council Asia Pacific region, Ibu Baby Jurmawati, who is a very important person in terms of a good Director General for the Association of Exporters and Producers of Indonesian Handicraft, and somebody who can tell us about the situation in Indonesia during lockdown. So welcome, Baby Jurmawati.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kevin. I hope this afternoons will be very fruitful to all Indonesian, our member especially, who is related to our association, ASEPHI we call. So during the lockdowns, it's a very difficult time for us in Indonesia, especially to the handicraft, because we have been in this situation for almost 3 months already, and especially our members who is concerned to some promotion during that month period, February, March, and April, and also this month. And eventually there will be also a Ramadan month before. So it is a very difficult time for all of them for this situation. While during Ramadan and Idul Fitri, it should be their, what do we call, their really a fruitful time for them to gain many transactions actually. And also all the events before the Ramadan have been closed. So February, March, and April were the month for the events in Indonesia, especially in Jakarta. And because of the lockdown, or we call in Indonesia social distancing periods, PSBB, so no events come up at that time. So I said that many of us who is focused, who hasn't have a shops, let's say, they depends on the events. So it is very difficult time. They cannot promote their products, and they already produce a lot of product, million capitals, and while they cannot sell the products. So, and moreover, it is a Ramadan when for handicraft sector, especially jewelry maybe, and also fashions, textile and home decoration, it's really a very, very sad time for them, because of people in Indonesia focus, maybe also the other world, focus only on healthcare and also maybe food. They focus on it. And while handicraft sectors is not the priority for us at this moment. And during the situation, we have so many collaboration actually and discussion with all of our members and also the other members, not only ASEPHI members, trying to find a solution for that. Okay, and how we are going to help. Actually, some of our members who focus on textile, for example, for fashions, they can acrobat. They change the product, their main product. They make let's say a mask, something like that, and also what we call a uniform for hospital for the doctors and also for the nurse, for example. But it's maybe only 10% of them can do that. While most of us, they said the last meeting that I had with the jewelry groups, they have a zero income no transaction actually. And actually, there are some of them trying to do what we call the online, maximizing the online promotions. So this is what actually today's in Indonesia, mostly based on the online or digital promotion, and to help the transaction for the small medium enterprises, especially handicraft.
Yes, well, that's been growing significantly in Indonesia, I've seen, particularly through Instagram. And I'm wondering, are there any government programs to specifically help with crafts, or are there programs generally that are useful to help people survive this period?
Oh yeah, sure. That from the government, especially the Ministry of Cooperative, what we call Menteri Koperasi. So cooperative ministry for small medium enterprises, they do some joint collaboration promotion. They order some uniform. So uniform for what do we call for paramedics from the UKM, from the SME sectors. But yeah, for some producer it will be very helpful, and also the promotion, and the Ministry of Cooperative promote. They have a joint collaboration with quite a big e-commerce, like let's say like we call it Tokopedia, Bilibili.com or something like that, and asking them to join at that programs.
I see.
From the ministry.
So the government is working with businesses to encourage procurement of local products for particularly emergency situations like healthcare, but also through e-commerce as well. Now, I'm sure you're also very busy with the great event for craft in Indonesia, INACRAFT, which of course has been postponed, but I believe that it will be happening now in September. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And can you tell us about what this particular event will consist of?
Yeah, as you know that INACRAFT is the one, maybe one of the biggest handicraft trade fair in Indonesia, and as I told before, that all the craftsmen, all the producers looking for that event on April, but unfortunately we cannot arrange on that schedules because of the situations. And what is the most difficult thing for ASEPHI as the organizer of INACRAFT to reschedule this event, because of any other event who uses the same venue also rescheduling their times. While INACRAFT itself, they need all the halls. So it is very difficult to INACRAFT to have a new schedule actually for these years. And after some coordinating, some discussion with some all stakeholders, even if it is in the government, the venue itself, actually we find on September. But still, there is one homework for ASEPHI about this schedule, because there is one hall that we cannot occupy because it's already been occupied by other events. But we're still negotiating to capture all the hall in Jakarta Convention Centers. Mm-hmm. So when it's already been rescheduled to September 2 to 6, actually we giving this date because of most of the participants, most of the exhibitors asking for a new date. Actually, we cannot make sure whether it's going to be happen on September or not right now, Dr. Kevin, because we still keep focusing, considering the situation actually. But at least we have the new schedule already to make the exhibitors or our members or stakeholders knowing what they are going to do, the plan, at least that one for the first time. But we still keep looking on the situation, the updating status of the pandemic, of course. Because before we set up the new schedule, we have to get 3 permits. Let's say the permit regulate the rule of regulation from the government of DKI Jakarta and from Ministry of Trade, and also one letter of recommendation from what do you call the venue, from the venue. So we have to we should have to have these 3 letters before we held the new the event actually. But so far, yeah. But so far, yeah. But so far, we still keep going on, and support from Ministry of Trade very welcome, and also the government of DKI Jakarta. And there are a lot of as you said before, there are a lot of things to do because of we have to lay out all the exhibitors constructions because of the different the less hall. So we need 230 booths need to be relocated to somewhere because of there's not enough halls on September 2 to 6. And also but one thing that we in INACRAFT as organizer happy to see is to hear also that India as the country of honors, they keep supporting us until now. They will, inshallah, they will come to Jakarta if, but there is another if, because of if there is a permit from the government of India to come, of course. But they still keep supporting us until right now.
Yes, well, India is going through quite a difficult time now, not just the coronavirus, but also fires and I believe locusts even. So I'm sure the opportunity to be in INACRAFT will be very welcome and continue the wonderful story of INACRAFT. So we look forward to that very much and wish you well. That particular time coincides with the Indonesia issue, which has a focus on Pembaharu, the quality of innovation, which we see a lot in Indonesia in terms of working with particular materials, natural materials, eco-dyes, bamboo, as well as new materials, sharing that knowledge. And one of the challenges of the pandemic is, as well as to recover what we had before, to use this time to develop new possibilities as well. And we do hear a lot of craftspeople using this time to make new designs, develop new techniques, to learn, so their work can become better as a result. And we hope that 2020 will be a vintage year, that people will see that what came of this year was particularly good. So we need to tell quite a good story, and I'm sure INACRAFT will do that.
Yeah. Maybe I would like to add some information that during this difficult time, we encourage all our members, particularly, to redesign a new concept, and also to think about their data and then their documentation into digital application forms. So they redesign maybe their website, for example, like that. And that's why this year's actually we are going to relaunch actually, that the events, the INACRAFT will be a kind of what we call a hybrid affair. So it's got a combination between an offline fair at the venue and also an online on the same time. So we are going to help them to do the hybrid fair on the same time. So everybody who cannot come to INACRAFT on September, so they still keep buying all the product, because of all the participants will be on INACRAFT applications from the what we call a Play Store or some, and also from iStore. So they can join and they can buy all the product from INACRAFT through this application. So we are going to have a soft, actually before ASEPHI already have marketplace, but you know, 5 or 3 times years ago, so nobody care about online, is it right? Digital transaction. But now we are going to relaunch once again to make it more. Actually, people will realize that this is the time for really the digital, what we call the really digital time for everybody. So let's say the cashless society. Last year we already asking all the Indonesian members to aware about that this is the time for cashless society. Now we have to do that one. So also in INACRAFT this time, hopefully we are going to make it more practice to all of them. So because there will be no ticketing, buying on the side, they have to buy the tickets online. So and also the transaction hopefully will be cashless society based. So and also all the protocol. Actually, before we postpone the INACRAFT, actually on April we are already ready to prepare all the venue based on the protocol for it. And this time, this September, we still, whenever it's going to be held, so the protocol of COVID will still be in our main priority. For example, usually the INACRAFT prepare for healthcare unit, 2 doctors, but later we are going to have 4 units. In each hall there will be doctors, there will be a unit of healthcare, and also ambulance, and also all the COVID and protocol of health.
People to
yeah.
Yes, that's good. Yes, things become more difficult now with all of the protection. So we'll be over the next month looking at reviewing what's happening. We've got a seminar coming up, Life After Lockdown, and certainly welcome you and other Indonesians to participate in that, to brainstorm this and how it is that the screen where we're meeting at the moment can be one that adds value to craft, and think of innovative ways of using that, and certainly see a lot of that coming out of Indonesia. So I wish you well, Ibu Baby Jurmawati, and hopefully we will see you either in person or across the screen during INACRAFT, inshallah. So take care and terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks.